It's fair to say that most fan game projects don't turn out very well. Few fan games make it past early development, and even few of the ones that do make it are worth playing. Now, dozens of great fan games have been released over the years, so please don't misunderstand me. What I mean to say is that the chances of getting a great fan game are slim. It happens, we've seen a few of them over these past couple years, but it's not a common occurrence, so it's a real treat when something like The Last Generation comes along. As described by its creator, The Last Generation is an anime brawler inspired by Super Smash Bros., and I can't think of a more apt description. Both games share a similar gameplay style, but more importantly, they share a love for their source material. The Last Generation isn't just a reskinned anime-themed brawler any more than Super Smash Bros. Is just a reskinned Nintendo-themed brawler. They both look the part, yes, but there's more to them than their appearances. I can't speak to the accuracy of the stage backgrounds or character movesets, I'm not familiar enough with anime to be a judge of that, but there's a level of detail here that surprised me. There are little things like how the characters comment on players hitting the exit button, but it goes beyond that. Fan games in this genre often struggle with balancing quality and quantity. They tend to err on the side of quantity and end up with massive rosters of glitchy, poorly balanced fighters and a few dozen bland, uninteresting stages. So what surprised me most about The Last Generation was the quality of its roster and stage list. Considering the massive roster of fighters on display, I expected more duplicates and less creativity. Yet a surprising number of characters have some sort of unique mechanic associated with them, and I thoroughly enjoyed learning about each one as I played. I can't say the stages are of the same quality as the characters, they're a bit rough, but there's a certain appeal to the simple handmade aesthetic. And even if they aren't of the highest quality, both the characters and the stages feel as though genuine care were put into their creation, and the same could be said of The Last Generation's fighting system. For as floaty and at times unresponsive as it can be, fighting The Last Generation is still exciting, and not just in the wouldn't it be cool if Goku fought Naruto sort of way. Remove all the spiky-haired protagonists and top-tier waifus, and there's still a good game here, but it's The Last Generation's status as a fan game that elevates it above that. Which isn't to say that this is some flawless gem of the anime fandom, it's not. Spotty AI, occasional slowdowns, spelling errors, there are more problems here than I'm interested in counting, probably because I'd rather talk about how much fun I've had with this title. But it's not wrong to expect a certain level of polish from fan games. Polish and thoughtful design separate good fan games from mediocre ones, but it's the heart that separates good fan games from great fan games, and The Last Generation is a great fan game. Despite my problems with the title, it displays an immense deal of appreciation for all the anime and game series it borrows from. I wouldn't have complained if the fighters were less diverse in their playstyles or if the stages used cobbled together assets. I've seen a lot worse, but I respect the developer Project Dark for putting in the extra effort. The Last Generation earns its label as fan game not because it features characters from Sword Art Online or One Piece, but because it feels like it was created out of an authentic love for its source material. Fan games don't necessarily need to appeal to a wider audience. If the fans are pleased, there's not much more we can ask for. But I always hope that they do more than just please fans. The love and care developers put into their games should be almost infectious, especially with fan games. Passion is an attractive quality. I want to like things that others are passionate about. That's what makes The Last Generation so enjoyable for me, and I've barely talked about what else the game has to offer. Because its most striking quality isn't the extensive song list or additional gameplay modes. Its most striking quality isn't even directly related to gameplay. What's most striking about The Last Generation is its dedication. This isn't a perfect title. It's a passion project that compromises in places but also displays extreme dedication to its fandom everywhere it can, and that's what a great fan game does. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to recommend any fan games that you think are great in the comments, and in the meantime let me recommend the Lazy Town classic You Are a Pirate for your viewing pleasure. It's been stuck in my head all day, so I figured I'd stick it in your head as well. Subscribe if you'd like to be part of future dialogues, and I hope to see you in the next video.